But Shakur, that guy will put anybody to sleep outside the ring, not inside the ring, because he's the most boring fighter in the history of boxing. And they could say whatever the fuck they want, they could hype him up and all that stuff, but I really feel bad for him because there's no way they could put him on pay-per-view. He can't sell a fight.
He's a runner, he's a track star. He gon' run away if he hits hard. He gets to the pain, he can just talk. Can't hurt anyone cause his hands soft. Do not wanna hear but talk on Twitter. He don't do the race just like this one. I didn't even pay him when I refund.
Cool. How did you feel when you hear booing from the crowd?
When I hear booing, I don't care. I seen the greats get booed. I seen Andre Ward get booed. I seen Floyd get booed. I seen Terrence Crawford. Go watch his early fights in his career when he was outboxing people and they wanted him to stand there and trade. I seen him get booed. So I don't care. I mean, at the end of the day, some nights you're gonna have these nights, and then some nights they gonna love you. So the nights that they love me, I can't wait for them.
Years, just getting back to Keyshawn, promoted a lot of big stars, and I know that in this case Keyshawn has delivered a lot from MSG to here at the Scope Arena. A lot of people are looking at this as like a barometer. I know Shakur and Keyshawn were the face, but kind of like that fight where if he outperforms Shakur, they might kind of...
Yeah, I get it. It's like they want to compare performances, but I can tell you firsthand when Shakur fought De Los Santos, I didn't even think he was going to be able to get it to the ring. He had an elbow that was, dislocated probably. He had a finger that was bad. He had a problem with his knee. A lot of other fighters would have pulled out. So I'm not making excuses for him. It didn't.
He was sick too, right?
Yeah, he had everything going on that week except the right stuff. So I wouldn't necessarily, hold that against Shakur. You've seen him in the past, and that's obviously not what he was that night. So, it's okay. Look, I expect Keyshawn to do great things with De Los Santos, but I expect a great fight out of De Los Santos too, because he knows it's kind of his last chance. That's why you ring the bell and see what happens.
Shakur was like one of them niggas as far as boxing. Like, when did you realize that? Like, oh, okay, my cousin really he really
when he beat Edwin with one hand. No crap. When he beat on one hand was crazy. We was in I was backstage in the locker room, right? And I was in the bathroom. Me and my brother Emmanuel Chance, we was in the bathroom together. No fault. But Cole came in the bathroom and he said some junk like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't even feel good today. And his hand was already swollen. And he was like, I'm gonna show y'all little niggas how to get a win without feeling too good. And he did that jump, no cap.
Wait, hold up. So you saying, because before that fight, it was a lot of people saying Shakur was capping about his hand. His shit wasn't really hurting like that. You saying he told you that his hand was fucked up before the Edwin fight?
Nah, we already knew it was messed up because he hurt in his sparring. I think it was last sparring, hurt in his sparring. So we already knew it was messed up, but once it got on fight night, it got even worse. He couldn't do nothing with it. And then he came in the bathroom and he told us watch how I do this. And he did it. No cap.
What's good, Just Do family? It's your boy KB, back to get boxing and Just Do. And make sure y'all give me my Just Do. Smash the like button, sub to the channel, make sure you turn your notifications on so we can get right into it. Man, y'all heard it. So what y'all just heard was, the public outcry or fallout from the bad performance that Shakur Stevenson had against Edwin De Los Santos. You had Rolly Romero giving his opinion, trashing Shakur, ripping him. They even made a song. He's a runner. He's a track star. I mean, you name it, they called him it. You get what I'm saying? It obviously was his worst performance of his career. But what I also played for y'all was a clip done by, Fight Hype. Shout out to them. They interviewed a top-ranked executive, and he exposed the real truth on what happened between Shakur and Edwin De Los Santos. A lot of people said that he was making excuses about being sick or being injured and things like that. Come to find out, not only was he actually sick, which would explain why he was sitting down eating in the back, and he was so light when he made weight at like 133 pounds. That's a bit light for him. You know, he was sick. You know, dislocated finger, hurt hand. He had an issue with his knee. You get what I'm saying? Throwing up and sparring in between rounds. There was a lot going on. They thought he was gonna pull out. And I've told y'all, for those who follow the channel, I've always told y'all that, you know, he was sick. I did get this inside information directly from the source. He was sick. You know, he had a hand injury, an issue with the elbow. You heard the top rank exec say he had a dislocated elbow. He thought he was gonna pull out the fight. You know, everything was going wrong. And yet and still, like a true warrior, this man jumped in the ring and fought one of the most dangerous guys that you can get in front of in Edwin de los Santos. And he still got out of there, only allowing Edwin to land about 40 punches. But my point of making a video is because I wanted to highlight the truth and expose the truth of really what was wrong with Shakur. And, you know, I hear people keep making a comparison with him and Keyshawn. You know, Keyshawn will be fighting Edwin de los Santos coming up, you know, June 7th. And, you know, they're comparing the performances, but I just think it's disingenuous to try to compare performances. Keyshawn Davis is going to be expected to be at 100% in that fight. He's not going into the fight with, you know, multiple pre-existing injuries and being sick and things of that nature. God forbid, anyway. So I just don't think it makes a lot of sense to compare performances. You know, a healthy man to an injured, you know, fighter that was obviously compromised in multiple ways. You heard it right from the exec. You know, he had every reason to pull out. The light was green, but yet and still, like a true warrior, he decided to get in there and push through it. And he got criticized for it because he had a really bad performance, didn't throw a lot of punches, wasn't letting the hands go. Obviously, he had the issue with the elbow and the hand, the finger as well. He had an issue with his knee. It was a lot going on, and I'm not here to make no excuses. Just like, you know, the guy said in the video, but it's the difference between reasons and excuses, man. The man obviously shouldn't have been in there, but it shows you what he is and what his mental makeup is as a fighter. The fact that he was willing to get in there knowing that he wasn't 100%. And y'all seen the other clip from Zaquin Moses when he was on Cigar Talk. Shout out to him. And he more proof that Shakur was hurt and his hand was injured way before he got in the ring. And he told them, I'm going to show y'all how to get a win on the off night. And that's exactly what he did. So I commend him. I always saluted him. Yeah, it was a terrible performance, the worst one of his career. But like I've always said before on this channel, most fighters, when they have their worst night of their life, it usually results into a loss, a bad loss, maybe a knockout loss or something to that effect. Shakur found a way to win, and I respect him for it. You know, you're not going to have your best night every night. You know, as he mentioned, you know, he's not really worried about the boos. He was getting booed that night. You know, he brought out Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward. I mean, you name it, they were out there, man. He brought all those people out, and he had a really bad performance. But at the end of the day, he got out there with the win, and that's what's most important. And I think, like I said, it just doesn't make much sense to compare an injured Shakur to a healthy Keyshawn. You get what I'm saying? And their style's different anyway, so regardless of the injury that Shakur was dealing with, the multiple injuries he's dealing with, Keyshawn Davis' fight with Edwin de los Santos is going to look much different because Keyshawn has a much different style than Shakur. And it's just that simple. But that's my thoughts on it. That's my just do on it, man. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Did the top rank exec do Shakur a service by revealing the truth, exposing the truth of what was really wrong with him? And as always, let me know if I gave boxing its just due, because that's what I do over here, Just Do Boxing. To the next one, I'm out. Peace.